The Israelites flourish. The Pharaoh of that day, he's like, wow, we have this foreign group of Israelites living in our country, and if they were to decide to rise up against me, I don't know what we would do. And so he puts them into harsh bondage and slavery. Pharaoh says, I need y'all to start killing every male baby that's born. We're going to do some population control here. Moses was an Israelite, but he was raised by the Pharaoh's daughter. But Moses takes off. So Moses is in the desert. Exodus chapter 3, God appears to Moses in the burning bush. He says, I need you to go back and talk to Pharaoh. They have a little argument. God wins. God promises not only is Pharaoh going to let you go, Egypt is going to bless them. They're going to leave with gold and silver and clothes and livestock. The 10 plagues begin to happen, right? God starts to put some pressure on Pharaoh. Let my people go. No. Okay, here's a plague for you, right? The Pharaoh is just saying, no, 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 no. So now the 10th plague comes around, and God has not forgotten what Pharaoh has done to his people. And he says, I'm going to send the angel of death, and every firstborn in Egypt is going to die, unless they cover their doorposts with the blood of a lamb. The next day, Pharaoh is like, go! Get out of Egypt! Because his own son had died. And they take advantage of that. They are receiving gifts from the Egyptians. They're like, we're out of here, but first, I would like your gold, please. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Now, we're continuing our jaunt here. They march out of Egypt, and they end up at Mount Sinai. God was waiting for them there. God's presence was there, and all of his glory and might. And they responded, we will do everything the Lord has said. We will obey. Yay, we are God's people. Unfortunately, Moses goes back up the mountain. God is writing on 2 stone tablets the 10 commandments. Moses goes back down the mountain, and he finds them in total debauchery, worshiping a pagan god that they just created from the very gold that God just gave them. Talk about utter fail. Capital F-A-I-L. Even though God has made us his own, we are his treasured people, that we are still sometimes going to sin. Until the coming of Jesus, he can never fully extract all the yeast out of our lives. But instead of worrying about that, God says, confess it, recognize it, show me you remember that fact, and I'm still going to move in right in your midst. He decided to leave Mount Sinai and be with his people and actually guide his people with that column of smoke and fire. And he went with them through the wilderness for 40 years. Like, that's the ultimate road trip, right? And you're like, quiet in the back, I'm going to pull this over. I think he had that moment a few times. And yet God chooses to be their God, and they will be his people.